Mr. Shasney made the statement about changes are coming. And obviously, I am not in a position to speak for Mr. Shasney. I think you should ask Mr. Shasney what changes that he is suggesting.
Well, in an interview this morning, sorry if I cut you short, that he did say that he will be looking to invite another airline into St. Lucia.
Yes, I mean, basically, the Caribbean islands present a very different scenario to any other part of the world. That's why it's very difficult for there to be great successes in the Caribbean as far as air transport is concerned. At one time, we saw Caribbean Star competing with Liat. That did not cure our problems. Liat was chartered to provide inter-island service. It is virtually impossible for any airline to fly the routes that Liat is actually applying on to make any profit, because most of the routes are not profitable. The type of equipment, meaning the type of aircraft that is used, the operating cost is very, very high. The aeroplanes would operate on cycles, a cycle, a landing and takeoff. When an ATR 42 or 72 in Canada takes off, and 4.5 hours later land at its destination, the same Dash 8, brand new, starting off in St. Lucia, going to Barbados, from Barbados going to St. Vincent, from St. Vincent going to Grenada, from Grenada going to Trinidad, and back up to Antigua. All of those cycles would be made, whilst the similar aircraft in Canada has made one cycle. After 10,000 cycles, you go into maintenance. After 20,000 cycles, you go again into maintenance. Obviously, the maintenance cost would be much higher. Islands are very close together, and I challenge anybody to look at the map of the world and see any other region in the world that present that very same type of scenario. So it's very challenging. Anybody can move into the airline business, but I don't think it's the barriers to entry that is important here, but the barriers to exit. You purchase a lot of aeroplanes that depreciate in quick time. You have not made a profit. And the reality in the airline industry is that airlines do not really make money, despite the fact that demand for air transport has grown remarkably well. It does not spell profits for the airline industry. Any other industry with that level of demand would be really making significant profits. So the airline industry is not kids' play, it's not a walk in the park. And so I am awaiting the competition to Liat and how long it will survive. But I have responded in times past to Mr. Shasney as far as Liat is concerned. There is an article that I wrote at the end of May in 2007 responding to some statements that Prime Minister Shasney made about Liat and certain predictions I made that came true in a second article that I wrote about American Eagle flying the George Charles Barbados route. An American Eagle had to retreat very quickly from that route. So it is not an easy scenario to actually deal with, but certainly any opportunity for us to reduce regional travel would be welcome. So certainly if Prime Minister Shasney could do it, we will all welcome that.
One question. You mentioned a number of persons, as spokespersons. People